Belal Muhammad didn't hold back when he said Islam Makhachev could actually finish Della Maddalena when they finally clash at UFC 322. Belal and Islam share a deep bond, and that mutual respect once kept Islam from ever targeting him for the welterweight belt when Belal was champion. But after Maddalena dethroned Belal, that boundary disappeared. For Islam, the timing couldn't be better, a chance to chase history without betraying a friend. While Makhachev now sits on the edge of double champ status, Belal prepares for his own test against Ian Gary in Qatar just a week later, a fight that could reshape his path back to contention. Meanwhile, Makhachev's longtime coach Javier Mendez has been buzzing about how easily Islam has handled the jump to 170 pounds. When Islam first admitted he was struggling to fill out his new frame, many doubted whether he could truly adapt, but Mendez says those doubts are long gone. He described walking into camp and being stunned by how powerful and balanced Islam looked, more natural, more confident, and sharper than ever. To him, this version of Islam walking into Madison Square Garden isn't just bigger, it's better.
I mean, I think my mindset, I think Islam can finish him on the ground.
Dan Hooker, who knows firsthand what it's like to be submitted by Islam, admits it's a massive leap. Hooker praised the courage it takes to move up and face a beast like Maddalena, calling it a huge ask. He even pointed out that Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam's mentor and one of the greatest lightweights ever, never chased a second belt. While Hooker hopes Maddalena can defend his region's pride, he still tipped his hat to Makachev for daring to attempt something so few ever do. Ian Gary, on the other hand, broke the matchup down with precision. For him, it all comes down to one question: can Jack stop the takedown over and over again? Gary believes Maddalena's striking is cleaner, sharper, and more dangerous on the feet. But if Islam gets a hold of him, that's where things could get ugly. Gary's focus is on how much Jack has improved since his last test against an elite grappler, and whether those improvements can hold up when the pressure hits.
I mean, I think my mindset, I think Islam can finish him on the ground for sure. And especially it's like we saw with DDP. If you never felt one of those Dagestani style wrestlers, like you don't want it to be your first time in the cage feeling it. And Islam and them, they have a different feel. They have a different type of grappling. So for JDM, even in our fight, he makes mistakes on the ground. He does a lot of stuff.
Alexander Volkanovski knows exactly what Makhachev brings to the table, yet even he thinks Maddalena might be the one to crack the code. Volkanovski admired how Jack handled Belal's pressure, stuffed takedowns, and kept control of the fight. To him, that calmness under fire could be the key to surviving Islam's suffocating style. He sees Jack as someone who doesn't panic and can adapt mid-fight, traits that might give him just enough of an opening to pull off the upset. Carlos Prates echoed that thought, saying what impressed him most about Jack wasn't just skill, it was composure. Against Belal, Jack showed patience and maturity rarely seen in fighters his age. For Prates, this fight isn't about stopping every takedown, it's about staying calm long enough to make Islam work for everything.
I watched him train, I watched what he was doing, and I was so impressed. And then he did his first sparring, and I was blown away. I was blown away how good he got, how well he adjusted to the weight. I was blown away. So I'm very confident in him, and regardless what anybody says, he's still #1 pound for pound in my eyes. So that's my guy, pound for pound #1, Islam Makhachev. And the new version of him is coming, you know, November 15th at Madison Square Garden, you know, and he will be the new welterweight UFC champion.
The fight for me really is, when Islam grabs a hold of Jack, how good has Jack improved? Because Islam is world class at that, and has been for probably his entire life because of the way he trains and where he's come from. So can Jack stop that consistently, like he did against Belal? Because he did a phenomenal job against Belal at stopping that. But can he do that against someone who's just cleaner, more technical? On the feet, I think Jack wins it cleanly. I think he'll jab, switching stances. He'll have a bit more fluidity due to the fact that Islam's not going to be changing stances so regularly. So I think Jack can do it on the feet, but the question mark is, can he stop the takedown consistently over 5 rounds.
Steve Ercik highlighted how Maddalena never lost focus, picked his shots perfectly, and executed a near-flawless strategy under pressure. He even compared Jack's striking rhythm to the brief moments Dustin Poirier found success against Makhachev. But this time, Ercik believes Jack's heavier hands could make those moments count for real damage. In his eyes, this is the fight where Maddalena's precision might finally expose weaknesses no one else has found.
The main event is also in your weight class, JDM and Islam. Who do you think is going to win that?
I think the favorite is Islam, but Jackie show like he grew up a lot as a fighter. Since he stopped fight now, he was a long time without fight, almost 2 years, and he got really good skills to fight Belal Muhammad, defense takedowns. So I think he's gonna win.
You think Jack is going to win?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think he wins a decision, or do you think he stops him?
I think decision is really hard fight.
Do you think Islam stays at 170 or he goes back?
If he lose, I don't know. It depends how he feels during the fights. How close is gonna be the fight, you know?
Like, credit to Islam, like doing something that even Khabib didn't dare to try, which is move up a weight class. He's got his own problems. Jack Della's that's a big boy. I've stood next to Jack Della a few times, and you could chop off one of his legs and he's still not gonna make lightweight. Like, he is a legitimate welterweight problem, and that obviously takes away a lot of Islam's advantages by coming in there and being a big lightweight, being a strong lightweight.
Robert Whittaker, having fought in both middleweight and welterweight divisions, understands how size differences impact a fight at this level. He sees Jack as a fighter who thrives in chaos but keeps a cool head. Whittaker believes Jack doesn't need to completely neutralize Islam's wrestling, just prevent it from becoming a smothering, one-sided affair. If Jack can keep the fight in the center of the cage, make Islam respect his power, and avoid getting pinned down, Whittaker thinks an upset is absolutely possible. He even suggested that Islam's body is simply built for lightweight, not welterweight. Phil Rowe agreed, saying bigger, stronger opponents could wear Islam down over time, making it harder for him to control fights like he used to. He pictured a scenario where Jack's speed and output slowly break Islam's rhythm, turning it into a war of attrition that favors the naturally larger man.
Yes, I mean, I've known for a very long time that Jack is an amazing fighter. He's really good, and he shocked me on how good he was. Like, he handled the grappling exchanges so well, and it's the best striking performance I've seen from him. Like, he just, like, the big moment, like, he rose to the occasion. It was, like, fantastic to see, and I really do think, I do think that the grappling from Islam, like, he's a better technical grappler than Belal is, but he's not quite as big. He's not as imposing. And yeah, if you look at the Dustin Poirier fight, Poirier was able to stop some of his takedown and win some scrambles and stuff like that. I feel like not only will Jack be able to do that, but when he lands punches, it's going to be way more devastating.
So JDM is getting ready for Islam Makhachev. How dangerous is he for Islam? So he's going to be an absolute nightmare. You've got Belal, who's a wrestler. Look how we handle that. And you know he's a beast on the feet. Islam's not taking this one lightly. So him moving up, I still think he's a nightmare for a lot of the people in the division, but I think JDM can do it.
Max Holloway took a different angle, focusing on the mental chess match. He sees this fight as a battle between two of the smartest fighters in the sport, one who constantly adjusts and one who sticks to his game plan with machine-like precision. Holloway noted that Maddalena has a rare ability to make real-time adjustments mid-fight, and in a matchup this close, even a single feint grip change or defensive angle could completely flip the outcome.
As you can be.
Because I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands. Yeah. I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as like gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Philip, bro, what's cracking, man?
Chilling.
Hey, now listen, you're welterweight. You've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in the fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots. I think personally he'll stop Islam.
Gilbert Burns offered one of the most balanced takes. He believes moving up to welterweight could actually make Makhachev stronger. No more brutal weight cuts, better energy, sharper focus. But Burns also warned that Maddalena isn't walking in blind. With submission expert Craig Jones, the same man who helped Volkanovski prepare for Islam, guiding his camp, Jack's been building the exact tools needed to counter a Dagestani-style grappler. Burns called it a true chess match between two of the most well-prepared teams in MMA, a fight that could genuinely go either way depending on whose strategy lands first.
Your thoughts on Islam moving up to welterweight?
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know. He's the number 2 pound for pound in the world. You gotta respect that, but don't sleep on Jack. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and when that match happens, I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack.
Islam is working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he'll not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proven himself. He's number 1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much in that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think, and JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Stephen Thompson remains cautious. Having faced some of the most dangerous strikers and wrestlers in the welterweight division, he knows the difference between elite contenders and true champions. Thompson respects Jack's rapid rise, but questions if this challenge might have come too soon. He reminded fans that fighters like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Gary are waiting in the wings, meaning the division isn't getting any easier. In his eyes, Maddalena has taken a massive gamble, one that could either make him a star or expose his limits.
Who do you think wins that fight between Islam and Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, first off, I gotta say, if I was Shavkat Rakhmonov or Ian Gary or somebody that is right there who's really worked hard to get there, I'd be pretty pissed. Because, you know, this guy, JDM, just got the title, and then he's giving somebody else a shot at what I've earned the right to have, you know, which is the title shot. Like, give JDM a shot at, you know, give him 1 or 2 more guys. If he beats them, then give him somebody outside the division. But I would be kind of pissed. I would be kind of upset that they're giving this guy immediately somebody from 155 division. Now, I think it's a very tough fight for Islam Makhachev. Bigger guy. Somebody who won the title from somebody with a similar style in Belal Muhammad. Mm-hmm. I do believe Islam Makhachev striking is a lot better than Belal Muhammad's, but their pressure, their cardio, their wrestling background, fairly similar. Obviously, I think one would be better than the other, but he's faced somebody a lot exactly like him. So I think it would be a tough fight for Islam for sure.
In the end, opinions about Islam, Makhachev's move to welterweight, are split. His team and supporters see the same unstoppable force, only bigger, sharper, and hungrier. His critics question whether his dominance will hold up against naturally larger fighters. Belal Muhammad's bold claim that Islam can finish Jack Della Maddalena lit up the MMA world, sparking debates from Volkanovski to Holloway. Whether it ends in another Makhachev masterclass or a shocking Australian upset, UFC 322 isn't just another fight, it's a defining moment where legacies, loyalty, and history all collide.